Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with a special delivery. I know you guys probably have seen my other video where I showcased this very special delivery that I'm opening here, but guess what? I got another bouquet, you guys. And I figured since Mother's Day was coming up and you might have a mother or a sister or an aunt or a grandmother or just a really good friend who is a mother, that you were looking for the perfect gift to send. Well, I have something for you today. This is the Essential Crystal Light Pink 9 box that was sent to me from Rose Forever, New York. And I wanted to get this box originally when I got my first bouquet, but I was afraid that I wouldn't like the crystal look. But when I look at this box today, I am glad that I finally did bite the bullet and that I did get a smaller bouquet in this case, because I plan on using this on my nightstand in my bedroom. So this is perfect to sit there, not too big, and it will go beautifully. I like the fact that it has this drawer here on the bottom that I could put jewelry or other little things that I might want to store underneath, and still keep the clean and crisp and very feminine and dainty look on the top of my nightstand. Again, these are 100% real roses that have been treated to last in this beautiful box for at least a year. If you take care of it properly, it will probably last even longer than that. I have seen other people's reviews on YouTube and they've gotten theirs to last well over a year. Doesn't have any strange smells. It doesn't smell like anything actually, which I'm fine with. But I just love the fact that it sits so nice in here, so pretty and tidy. You can put the top on there and you can still see through the box and see the beautiful roses inside. You guys do remember my yellow bouquet. Look at how beautiful that is. This is in a velvet box, and I use that on my coffee table. It's not there right now because Blue is sick and he's knocking everything over, so I have it up here. But this one will specifically go in my bedroom. Once we do remodel, we're actually going to be painting in there, and once I get everything situated, this is going to look so nice on my nightstand. A perfect gift, in my opinion, for Mother's Day. Like I said, if you have a mother, an aunt, a sister, a cousin, a grandmother, or any other mother that you know that deserves something like this, that has everything, believe me, they don't have this. So this is a chance for them to have a bouquet of flowers from you that lasts longer than just the few days that live flowers usually last. But look, I wanted to show you guys the box with some jewelry that I decided to put at the bottom. I put my Tiffany jewelry in here just to show you guys what it looked like. How cute is that? Okay. If you are like me and you have a lot of jewelry that you take off in the evenings, it's perfect for it to just sit underneath there, very pretty, close to you, and it cleans up the look on top of your nightstand. So I love this. Thank you so much to Roses Forever for sending me this bouquet. You guys, I have a special code for you. It's ROX20 for $20 off, and log on to their website to get yours today. Thanks, Rose Forever. Versus the Kardashians, you guys, I can't get into this case. It has been a mess, and it's just been a whole lot on both sides. The more that I see everybody telling their side of the story, I just kind of feel like everybody's fucked up. And, the Kardashians did have their hand in getting her show canceled. BlacChyna had her own hand in getting her show canceled because of all of the antics that went on between Rob and Chyna. I told you guys from the very beginning, because I did a Top of the Blogs extra on it, you know, I was hopeful that it would turn out okay, but I also felt like it was going to be a train wreck. It was clear that Rob had gotten with Chyna to get back at his family that he was pissed with at the time. And, you know, they sat down, they made the plans to have the little girl and all that. And we could just see that all of the things that they were doing was not the way to build a real relationship. Why is my thing saying it's... Hold on one second. Okay, so they started off bad. You know, part of me can understand why the show didn't make it, because how do you have a show with Rob and Chyna when Rob and Chyna aren't even together anymore? Okay, as much as people want to say that they would watch a show with BlacChyna by herself, then why we ain't got another BlacChyna show since? People wanted to see the train wreck. That was Rob and BlacChyna, and I believe that E decided to not go on with the second season. Even though, remember, now they had a producer get up there and say that the second season was never greenlit. Then we found out that the shit was greenlit. Okay. But so he kind of lied, but didn't really, because it was greenlit for BlacChyna and Rob to be together. Well, them two had broken up. Nobody had greenlit a show just for Chyna. Okay. So he was kind of, the wording was, you know, I don't know why he didn't think that somebody was going to dig up the promotions that was saying that those two were, you know, that the second season was coming. But like I said, it was kind of like him playing on the words that, yeah, Rob and Chyna's show was greenlit, but there was no Rob anymore. Okay. But yeah, you know, the Kardashians, of course, they had their influence in on it. This is like E's biggest show. And if the whole family, or if it was Kim, Kris, Kylie, and Khloe, because the other two sisters said they ain't had shit to do with it, okay? They minds they own business. Courtney and what that other one name is, the model child. Anyway, they didn't have anything to do with it. But the other ones was definitely making it known, like, we will pull our show off of E if you guys keep this going, okay? Even if you tried to bring her onto our show, you know, which I understood. Kris was like, why should I be on my own show and be uncomfortable and tense and stressed out every time that we got to deal with BlacChyna? Like, no, she's not doing none of anything with the Kardashians anymore, okay? I can't say that if I was Kris Jenner that I wouldn't have done the same thing, okay? Because the shit was out of control. I mean, we've heard that BlacChyna was pulling guns on him, choking him out. All right. We just found out recently that she beat his ass with a metal rod. And that was the last straw. And they was like, this shit has got to stop, you know, because they were afraid that she was going to kill their child. And I don't think, when you listen to all of the stuff that has happened in the case, I don't think that's an unreasonable assumption of them. All right. They said that Tyga has a 6-inch scar from a knife wound that she gave him, you know, in the past. And so it wasn't really crazy for them to think that it wouldn't happen. We must remember that BlacChyna and Rob both have their own mental struggles, okay? Mental health struggles, all right? And that's not to make anybody look bad. We all have our struggles. But what I'm saying is, the environment was way too toxic, and it was just going to be irresponsible of E to keep them in this for a TV show. And it was funny, side note, they wanted to put Ryan Seacrest on the stand, and the Kardashian was like, please don't put him up there, because Ryan is all about his fucking money, and of course he always won another season. Okay, so yeah, they was like, he already gonna say he wanted the next season to come. He don't give a damn, you know, that Chyna and Rob about to kill each other over there. All right. But yeah, it's just all this shit was going on. They say that they didn't report it to the police at the time because, you know, Rob said, because they finally dragged Rob to court. You know, they were trying to do all this without having to drag Rob down there because he has social anxiety, doesn't like to be around people, all of that. But it got to the point where they had to bring him down there. And so he was up there and he was saying how he didn't want to, you know, this is the mother of his child. He didn't want to bring the police, embarrass her, you know, all of that. He was just trying to have just their security handle it. They felt like the Kardashian security could handle it on, you know, the way that they needed to. I was like, yeah, that and Nobody wanted all the bad publicity for the Kardashians. It wasn't just for Chyna's benefit, okay? The Kardashians definitely didn't want to be having all this shit splashed across the news either, okay? So let's call it what it is, Rob. But I do know that I've heard him say over time, you know, that he would try not to, you know, that he wouldn't call her Blac Chyna, you know, that he would call her Angela because that's who he knew her as, and that's the mother of his child, and he's not going to be disrespectful of her in social media, which for the most part he hasn't been. He hasn't done anything. Anything that's been said negatively of her has been everybody else from the family. So, you know, the case is just a mess. The Kardashians want to dismiss Chyna's case. I mean, we're in it, so I don't see them dismissing it. Chyna feels like she missed out on $150 million in future pay. The lawyers for the Kardashians said that that's ridiculous, that if we were going to, calculate her money, so she's saying that, you know, this could be from appearances and things like that, that she would get, you know, $45,000 to $50,000 per appearance if, you know, she would have still been on her own show on E! Channel and all of that. Well, they said, okay, if she was getting $50,000 per appearance, she would have to have 45 appearances in a year, and that would have to go on for 15 years, okay, in order for her to make up this $150 million tag that she's come with. So they're like, yeah, no, okay. We there was no guarantee that she was going to get that kind of money. And so they feel like she can't ask for $150 million. But Blac Chyna's whole thing is like, you never know. And that's true. You don't never know. People can blow up. Shit can become, she could have been she could have been like a superstar. It could have just happened out of nowhere. We've seen it happen to people. It probably would not have happened, but we can't say for a fact that it wouldn't. So that's where we get in this number. It felt like she was just pulling it out the crack of her ass, but she was like, no. I guess at one time when she was really like, it was like Blac Chyna, when everybody was like, wanting her, she was getting good money for her appearances, but I'm imagining that has cut down quite a bit. They say she hasn't paid her taxes in many years. I know that don't nobody want tax problems. So, she's probably having more financial problems. That's probably the reason why she doesn't have her kids. She probably has let the kids go with their fathers because she can't really afford it, but she's still trying to live a certain way, even though she's had to sell off a lot of things and so it's a whole lot going on there. The case is just a mess. It's just a mess. I know people want Blac Chyna to win because she's the underdog, because she's going up against this big giant that is the Kardashian machine. The Kardashians have chewed and spit so many people up and out that, we just want to see somebody win against them, So that's why a lot of people feel like they want Chyna to win. And they could afford to break her off a little something. I ain't saying 150 million, but baby girl was expecting that salary for at least one more season, So maybe y'all can just come to some terms and give her a little cash and let her go on about her business. But the Kardashians is determined to fight this, and so we'll see. But yeah. That's all what I've been reading. Like I said, I haven't been following the case, but I had to read it up for you guys today. Y'all let me know what you think about that case. Whose side you on, the Kardashians or Chyna's? And child, since we talking about lawsuits and cases and whatnot, so let's talk about Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. This is another case that I haven't been following. I don't even know who the fuck Amber Heard is. I've heard the name before, but I even when I see a picture of her, I'll be like, I don't know who this white girl is. But, yeah. These two evidently were together. Y'all see all this cat hair flying around, child? I need a vacuum in here. These two have been together for over a decade. They met on a movie that they did together. A few years later, they ended up dating. They ended up getting married. I think in 2015, They broke up in 2016. The divorce was finalized in 2017. Now, we would think that that would be cut and dry, okay? But that's not necessarily what it is. After they got their divorce, Amber Heard went on to write an op-ed article in the Washington Post detailing her experience with domestic violence from being a child into her relationships as she's gotten older. She did not name Johnny Depp in any of her articles. However, she, people knew that that's who she was talking about. I mean, she's been with Johnny Depp on and off over the years. So Johnny Depp was upset about that, okay? He said that it caused him to lose money in the already signed contracts of films that he was supposed to be in. Like people started dropping him because, I mean, who wants to hire a wife beater? And that is what the Sun, there was a newspaper article where the Sun actually called him a wife beater. Okay, so all of this shit was going down. Johnny Depp was getting frustrated. He was losing money. Amber Heard is out there talking reckless about him, about their relationship that he didn't feel was true. So he filed a, he filed a lawsuit. So but this lawsuit actually was against the Sun for the wife beater comment. Also at that time, Amber Heard got a restraining order put on him, okay? And so, of course, that makes it seem like she's afraid of him as he was beating her, supposedly, allegedly, I should say. And so she got a restraining order. That was granted. She wanted him to go to anger management for a year or something. The judge was like, no, we're not doing no anger management because we don't have any reason to do that. We don't have any paperwork from the police or anything that says that he has an anger problem. It's just that, if you're going to say you need a restraining order, we'll go on and give you that, but we ain't putting him in no anger management and all of this, okay? So, of course, all this looks bad. The case that he had against the Sun, he ended up losing, all right? He's still pissed about it. Johnny Depp is still losing money because we ain't seen Johnny Depp in nothing since, right? So then he files a suit here in the United States against her for defamation of character, suing her for $50 million, all right? She came back and countersued him for $100 million because she said that she was the victim. Well, Johnny Depp said that she is not only not the victim, but she is the perpetrator. She was the one who was beating him. She was the domestic violence perpetrator, and he was the one that was getting his ass beat all the time. And he said that he never was physically abusive to her. Okay. Now, when you see the videos and hear the audios and all of the stuff that has happened in their relationship over the years, it's clear that everybody was emotionally abusive to each other. All right. The point is, who started this shit? Amber Heard seems like she was, just really a whole lot. And drove this man to his breaking point. Like, we've never seen any video or anything of him attacking her. But yes, he was drinking. He was on drugs heavily. He's trying to get through the days, obviously. And they doing shit, throwing shit, breaking shit all around the house. It's just sad to see what was going on in that house. It seemed like she was taunting him. It seemed like she was putting him, got pleasure out of seeing him lose control. It was like, they fed off of each other, obviously. It was just a really fucked up relationship, fucked up marriage, didn't need to be together, very toxic and all of this, okay? To the point where she's shitting in the bed on his side. Oh my God. She tried to tell him that it was from their little dog. I guess they have a little lap dog. And he was just like, no, the little lap dog does not shit like this. I mean, just craziness, you guys. And yeah, I'm embarrassed for both of them to even have to go through this in court. But I guess Johnny Depp was like, we just gonna have to do what we gotta do, in order to prove what I have been going through all these years. I think Johnny Depp's lawyers finally settled their side, or no, maybe they finished with him as a witness. And they actually played an audio tape of Amber Heard. This is layman's, but she basically is saying to him, nobody's going to believe that, You know, I was beating your ass. When we go to court, like, who do you think they're going to believe, you or me? Now, obviously, she didn't know that he was taping her. But they was taping each other all the time, so I don't even know why neither one of them wasn't on their best behavior. But when it played in court, it was just sort of like that moment where it was just like, got your bitch. Like, we got you on tape saying, yeah, I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing, but nobody's going to believe it. Okay, you, this grown man, all right, you gonna try to say me, my cute little white blonde self is up here beating your ass? Nobody's ever gonna believe that, you know? So, I mean, the case is still going on. And Johnny Depp, I won't say is innocent in this, but it was too bad that they stayed in this relationship for so long and it became codependent and very toxic and very wrong. And, you know, even though they were only married for a few years, they was able to get out of it. But all of this residual afterwards, that shit probably is stressful too, you know? So this case is still going on now. We gonna see how it goes. If he's granted this 50 million, or, you know, if she wins and she gets her 100 million. Y'all let me know if you've been watching the case though, and what you think about it. Y'all believe Amber? You believe Johnny? All right, you guys, next story. So it seems your boy Chopper, 35 years old. Can you believe he's 35 years old? This is the kid from, I mean, he's not a kid, obviously, but this is the then kid from the show Making the Band with Sean Puffy, P. Daddy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him, Combs, MTV show. You guys remember the hugely successful show for Puffy back in the day. Chopper, mama named him Kevin Barnes. It turns out that seems that he's dropped his musical fantasies and has decided to make a career out of being a pimp. We know that because he was arrested the other day for sex trafficking, all right? He was arrested in Maryland. He will be, what is it when they take you? I can't even think of the word. He's going to be, I got it in my notes, but I don't feel like looking for it. He's going to be extradited, that's it, to Las Vegas, because that is where I guess he got his team together of women and forced them or brainwashed them or whatever he did into prostitution. All right. It didn't seem like he was on the radar of the police, but evidently in his social media, I'm telling you, social media is the devil. It is going to be the downfall of so many people, because you tell on your own damn self posting videos and pictures of you. Blue! You telling your own damn self posting pictures and video of you on private planes with all this money and saying stuff like, you know, sending it now or whatever the hell you doing. Like, where are you getting all this fucking money from? You know, you ain't singing. We don't know exactly what you doing. You know, you kind of talking about being a pimp and a hustler, kind of low key on the low key tip, but he obviously got the attention of the police. All right. They ended up putting an agent on his case, undercover, some woman, and he was trying to get her onto the stable. All right. His words, not mine. He told her that, you know what, you come on, you know, meet him in South Carolina, and he's going to add her to the stable. When she didn't want to do it, or when she started to hesitate, then he started talking to her, and this pimp, you know, had to lay the pimp hand down. But, you know, he had to do it over the phone. So he was like, you know, they said that he got real scary and was like kind of demanding for her to do this. This pimp Chopper, listen what the fuck I say, get down to South Carolina. Okay. And then when she still continued to deny going or act like she wasn't going to go, he offered her $2,000. So he was out there, you know, building this stable, like he said. Well, this time it just happened to be that he got a hold of a police officer, a police agent, you know, a law enforcement agent, and they arrested him. So I don't know, but I guess this pimp shit must be lucrative. I mean, we've been hearing more and more stories about people being out there and doing this, forcing these women and taking advantage of these women and forcing them into prostitution. I say, you know what? To the fullest extent of the law. All right. We women got enough fucking problems out here just trying to live without having a nigga tell us to go fuck somebody for $50. That's what we gonna get on it anyway, while you making all this money. I feel like, that industry, you know, prostitution and things like that. So, yeah, we don't feel sorry for him. We'll see what happens, but he's facing some serious charges. We'll keep our eye on this story. When I know more, I'll let you know more. All right, you guys, listen. I was like, OnlyFans out here paying like that, bitch? I don't know what BhadBarbie is doing on OnlyFans. I've always thought of OnlyFans to be dealing with porn, but you guys was like, no, Roxanne, they got all kind of other stuff on there. It's just that they're most known for their porn material. But BhadBarbie was telling us the other day that she wants y'all to put some respect on her name because, you know, she's done way more than just being the Catch Me Outside girl from Dr. Phil's show. Okay, she didn't put out music. She done got $1 million contracts with makeup companies. Shit, she made $50 million on OnlyFans in a few years. And everybody was like, bitch, you is lying. Don't sit up here and tell us that you done made no $50 million. Ain't nobody trying to follow you like that. Okay, well then BhadBarbie had to go on and prove to you guys that she did. She brought her analytics up from OnlyFans. And bitch, if we wasn't, listen, bitch, if we wasn't lying, we was dying. I looked at that shit. I said, what? Josh, this girl was making about over $700,000 a month on OnlyFans over a period of like 3 or 4 years. Okay, so not even a whole, and I don't, like I said, I don't know what she was doing on OnlyFans, but fucking $50 million. You motherfuckers out there been lying. Y'all act like y'all don't like BhadBarbie, but somebody is following her ass. And not just a few people, a whole bunch of people. I don't know how OnlyFans works. I guess they have, you know, how much she charges to get onto her OnlyFans, but that's got to be millions of people that's watching her videos. So y'all gonna put some fucking respect on that girl's name because you guys are the ones who put her there. Child, y'all sitting up here watching BhadBarbie. I know one of y'all done seen it. Y'all tell me what the girl doing over there. Let me see if I can, you know. Yeah, I'm too old. Ain't nobody trying to look at me, but damn. Y'all young kids out there, I'm telling you, even though social media is like fucked up for a lot of people, there's so many ways that you can use it to your benefit and make money, good money, life-changing money. And that girl is an example. $50 million. And honey, she wasn't lying. We saw them analytics. That shit was not created. That was real. Okay, so I was just like, oh. And you know, we had just got word that she bought like a $6 million home in LA just recently, you know. And I guess people were wondering, like, where did she get this money? Well, that's where she got the money. Y'all paid for it. Y'all got her that house. I ain't mad. I am not mad. You know, that girl, you know, whatever. She's not my cup of tea or whatever, but you cannot be mad at the hustle, bitch. Y'all paid this bitch $50 million. Get your money, boo. This is real quick. So Tammy Roman apparently must have had some comments to say about Coi Leray and Benzino's relationship. Okay. And let me just say, it just seems like Coi Leray is the person to come at right now. Her name is out there. Her album just came out there. She's kind of like on everybody's tongue right now. So it just seems like everybody has an opinion. Whether it's good or bad, she's the woman of the hour. I like her though, because she seems to have a good head on her shoulders. You know, she's young, of course, so she's learning, but she also is not afraid to admit when she was wrong or when she probably should have done things better. So you can tell she was raised well, you know, and so I do like her. I'm willing to give her enough space to learn and grow and, you know, become even a better person. But I do like her. Not a super big fan of her music, but I mean, her music is cool and she ain't making music for a 51-year-old bitch anyway. Okay. But, I guess Tammy does her things where she talks about people much like I do here. And, so she probably had something to say about Benzino. Coi didn't like it and had some smart things to say to Tammy Roman. Okay. Of course, when she did that, Tammy has a daughter. I think her name is Lyric. I think that's the daughter's name. Also, shout out to Lyric, Bondi Blue's husband. Shout out to you, Lyric. But we ain't talking about you right now. I love that name. But anyway, she came out with a diss record towards Coy, for coming at her mother like that, kind of talking out the side of her neck. And I think deep down inside, Coy realized that, maybe she should be more respectful of somebody that's older and, not trying to necessarily down her, just having a opinion on her very much publicized relationship with her father. So she said, you know what, I apologize. She came out and she said, I apologize. I don't want to disrespect Tammy, Tammy Roman, she's my elder. That's somebody's mama, Like I said, Tammy probably didn't say anything that bad. So she did apologize. Tammy said they're cool. As far as Lyric versus Coy, these are rappers. This is what they do. It's just sad that the spirit of rap has changed so much and people can't just come at each other on wax anymore. Now it becomes social media fodder, and now there's beef between the two of them and people start pitting them toward, against each other, which really, these female rappers, they pit these girls against each other so much. I look on social media and just look at all of the rappers. The reason why I know about all these female rappers right now is because of all the beefs. It has nothing to do with their talent, their music, whether or not they got anything coming out, them rapping. It don't have anything to do with anything other than the fact that they arguing over whether or not this one is working with Nicki, or this one sold some ass and sucked some dick to get, where they were, or this one is, it's too bad, because it's enough room for every fucking body. We say it all the time. These men, they do it, and everybody has their place. But the women, for some reason, we always have to be told that it can only be one or two maybe that's up there. And then the rest, everybody else got to be fighting and scrambling, trying to get a place, So it's too bad. But I say all that to say that hopefully this shit with Lyric and Coy just squashes, because it's just unnecessary. It just doesn't need to be. She apologized. Tammy seemed to be cool with her. Unless Lyric let's just do other things. Oh, you guys, I can't let you guys go without us talking about your boy Elon Musk buying Twitter for $44 billion. I was about to say million. $44 billion damn dollars. Cash, you guys. I guess Twitter was like, we didn't know we was for sale until you came up to us with this number. Who was able to turn down a fucking number like that? I know that they, it's not owned by one person. It's in stock. I think they said everybody who had the stock would get $54.25 a share or something like that. So if you had shares in Twitter, you was about to get paid. But yeah, Elon Musk is now the sole owner of Twitter. That worries me, because when you have one person that owns something that's that powerful, it's something that's it's something that we should be a little concerned about. Twitter is definitely going to change, because anytime that something like this happens, it does change. He says that he is a proponent for free speech. So he's hoping that, he can take it back to the Wild Wild West days of Twitter, where motherfuckers got on there and said and did whatever the hell they want to do. Twitter is still the most wild of all of the social medias, but even Twitter has changed. It has had censorship. Of course, WhatsApp was kicked off, remember? Then when they told him he could come back, he was like, fuck y'all, I ain't coming back. I'm gonna stay on my own truth-telling social platform. So yeah, Twitter is not going to be the same. We have yet to see if it'll be good or bad, the changes that come about, but there definitely will be some changes, some which kind of way. Shaun King, you guys know him, the Black civil justice fighter out there. He was upset that this went through. He says that Elon Musk will open up Twitter to the white nationalists that had all been pretty much put off of social media because of the rhetoric that they spread. Now this is just going to leave room for everybody. Like I said, it's going to be the Wild Wild West. People just going to be on there reckless, saying whatever and doing whatever, because that's what comes with free speech. This is America. We have free speech, but it's not always, just because we have free speech doesn't mean that a lot of the speech that's freely given needs to be out there. We'll see how it goes, but 44 billion cash, y'all. Motherfucker is beyond paid. Guys, we're going to end it on a feel-good story. Congratulations are in order to Morris Brown College out here in Georgia. Morris Brown is one of the historically Black college and universities out here that means a lot to the city of Atlanta. The state of Georgia has many alumni that have gone on to do great things from that school. It's a staple over there where Clark Atlanta University, Morehouse, and Spelman, you know, they make up the 4 universities that are over there that have been very important to the HBCU community, okay? They lost their accreditation back in 2002. They filed for bankruptcy in 2012. Nobody really expected Morris Brown to get their accreditation back because it is very difficult for any school, let alone an HBCU, to get the funding and the accreditation back. But we find out today that Morris Brown did get their accreditation back. Of course, it's been 2 decades, but that doesn't matter. They have it back now. They're getting their funding back, and they will be a fully operational college for the kids that want to attend there, you know, and back on their feet. And that actually is a big accomplishment because, like I said, no other HBCU has been able to come back from losing their accreditation and funding once they did. So they worked hard. They had the support probably of their alumni. They were still having classes over there. I know kids were still going to school over there, but yeah, this is good news for them, you know, that they were able to get this done. So I just wanted to make sure that I threw that in, you know, a feel-good story at the end. Congratulations to Morris Brown College. Welcome back. Let me get off of here. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.